to one and all present here. Hello. A pleasant evening to one and all present here. I take this privilege to welcome you all for this felicitation program of Students Achievers of ICAR Examination 2022 and Faculties of Veterinary Biochemistry, River. As a customary tradition, we start our program with Amrita Award. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be very successful. Success is recognized by awards and appreciations, which gives a sense of pride and responsibility for fulfilling new commitments with dedication. In this context, Students' Council River has organized this special event to congratulate the students who made our institute proud and to recognize the faculties who have given impeccable contribution in shaping our students. With this brief introduction, now I invite Dr. R. Ganesan, Deputy Registrar Academic, to deliver the welcome address.
Respected Dean, distinguished members of the faculty present here, student achievers, interns, good afternoon to one and all. It gives me immense pleasure to deliver the welcome address on this very special occasion, the felicitation function of the student achievers in ICAR PG Entrance Examination 2022 and the faculty of the Department of Veterinary Biochemistry. First of all, let me extend a warm welcome to our beloved Dean of our institute. Amidst all his busy schedule, found time to grace this function. This function, first of its kind in our institute, initiated by our Dean, is organized not only to honor the meritorious students, but also to recognize the dedicated contribution of the faculty responsible for the student achievements. I am sure this type of event will give a lot of happiness for the achievers and more importantly motivate the other students to perform well in the upcoming All India entrance exams as well. Sincere thanks to our Dean for this nice effort. Faculty members of River have always been the pillars of strength for this institution. But for their mentoring, these students could not have reached the position where they are right now today. I extend a warm welcome to all the distinguished members of the faculty of River. I extend a special welcome to the star performers, our students in the just concluded ICAR PG Entrance Examination 2022. You have not only excelled in your academics when you were students here, but also carried the momentum to the All India Entrance Examination and done us all a lot of proud. Congratulations to all of you. This batch of students again are very special in the sense that 87% of them have completed the degree in the minimum possible time, which is a very high percentage And the class average OGPA is also close to 7.5, which is also considerably high. Once again, on my personal behalf, I congratulate all the student achievers assembled here, and special appreciation to all the faculty of the Department of Veterinary Biochemistry, and appreciation to all other faculty as well of our institute in shaping these students to what they are today. I welcome all other students present here as well for this function. Welcome one and all.
Thank you, sir. Now I request our Dean to felicitate the faculties of veterinary biochemistry with mementos who played a crucial role in the winning part of the students in the current ICAR examination. First, I would like to invite Dr. J. Stanislas, sir, Professor and Head, Department of Veterinary Biochemistry, to receive the award. Now I request Dr. Felicitation, sir, Professor, Department of VBC, to receive the award. Now I call upon Bharati Raja, Assistant Professor on Contract, to receive the award. Now it's time to felicitate our student achievers in ICAR Postgraduate Entrance Examination 2022. From River, 8th number of students has won the scholarship and placed in the esteemed Institute of Veterinary Science and Animal Science, that is IVRA and NDRA. Now I request the student achievers to receive their mementos from our beloved Dean. Once I read out their name one by one. First, Dr. Rudreshwaran, who secured all India first rank in animal biotechnology and joined the veterinary biotechnology live lab. Next, Dr. Vignesh, who secured all India second rank in animal biotechnology and joined the veterinary biotechnology in ICAR. Next, Dr. Arun Kumaran, who has secured all India 15th rank in animal science and joined in animal genetics and breeding in India. Next, Dr. Deva, who has secured all India 27th rank in veterinary science and joined in veterinary technology in India. Next, Dr. Kudaya Banu, who has secured all India 67th rank in veterinary science and joined in veterinary microbiology in ICAR. Dr. Hemavati A, who has secured 73rd rank in veterinary science and joined in veterinary microbiology in ICAR. Dr. Raja, who has secured all India 166th rank in animal science and joined in animal genetics and breeding in NDRA. Dr. Sabati Vijay Manohar, who has secured, is not there. So on behalf of, he has secured all India 512th rank in veterinary science and joined in veterinary microbiology in IVRA. Thank you, sir. We all know, behind every success story, there were enormous hard work, meticulous planning, and so on. It is always worth to share and to listen those experiences. So, to motivate the students present over here, sharing the experiences or roadmaps to the success by the faculties and student achievers would be highly appreciated.
Morning to all of us. I'm Dr. Deva, 16th batch from River. I'm going to share my experience how I prepared my ICAR exam. I share I prepared some small PPT recording that one I like to share. So, why ICAR exam when compared to other state exam is that ICAR exam having a category-based exam like veterinary science, animal science, and biochemistry and biotechnology. So you can prepare only for the subject you actually like veterinary science means you need to only study 8 subjects. So in that one you can depth-wise you can concentrate on 8 subjects or not. So in that aspect, when compared to state exam, you need to study all the exams, all the subjects, and you need to appear for the exam. But ICAR exam, they are peculiar about the subject you are liking. Like veterinary science, you have a group of subjects under veterinary science, animal science, there are a group of subjects under animal science, and biochemistry and biotechnology. So another best thing about ICAR exam is that 100% of seats from ICAR, the NDRA and IVRA is filled by the ICAR exam only. Then state exam, the remaining state, the state seats in PG, it's are filled by 25% reserved seat by ICAR exam. So if you write the ICAR exam, in all over India, 25% of the PG entrance PG seats can be filled via ICAR exam. And so other benefit about ICAR exam is that you no need to go to the required university. If I want to sit, if I like a seat in Gujarat college, like Kamudin University, I no need to go there and write the exam. I can write the exam to the nearest center, like I can write from Chennai. Still I can join the Gujarat PG. Unlike state exam, you will go to that state and write the PG exam and appear there. Then only counseling also be there only, so that time travel and other things can be reduced in ICAR exam. And then this is a common question is asked: is the ICAR exam is hard to crack? Actually, it is not. When compared to state exam, ICAR exam is one of the easiest exam when compared to state exam because of the subject you are studying is very minimum. But depth-wise, yes, when compared to state exam, each subject you should concentrate more on the depth-wise. You need to analyze from the basics. And every time, whatever the exam, state exam or national level exam, every time 50% is going to be easy only, and they are going to be asked the basic level of questions. Then medium level, that's 30%, the hard is 20%. As a topper or the whoever want to take the top rank, they always concentrate on the medium and the easy level questions. The 20% anyhow, you prepare or not, that's going to be top only. So your target should be that 50 plus 30, that is 80%. You should be very thorough in that 80% of all the portion in all the subject, you try to score maximum in the easy and the medium level. Hard is anyhow it's going to be hard only. So try to achieve that 80% of the minimum requirement as like that. 120 question means you should at least try to answer correctly at 60 to 70 questions thoroughly. That one. Then the most common is the pattern. The pattern of the ICAR exam question is entirely different from your state PU exams. They are not nowadays not asking this directly question that on fact-based questions. Anyhow, it's a fact-based question, but the pattern of the questions are entirely different. They are now asking assertion, reason, match, statement type questions, and multiple choice questions. That is, even in that multiple choice question, they are giving more than 3 options, like 6 plus 7 options. In that one, you need to pick more than 2 options like that. Then pick the correct and the wrong statement. So the pattern of the question is going to be like this. It's not like a single line question. They give 4 options, you choose 1. No, not like that. Nowadays they change the entire pattern. They are more like an applied based rather than single word answer. So I made one sample question for that one. This is an assertion reason type. It was asked in one of the national level exam. This one is the nude mice is not resistant to xenograph. This is the assertion. This is the fact they given. So they gave the reason also. Nude mice lack T and B cells. This is the reason they given. So you need to compare the two assertion reason. You need to answer the question. So the first option they given is both the statements are right. That's A and R is right. And also the R explains the A. This is how they going to ask the exam. So the second option is the A is true, the B is false. I mean the R is false. That is the typo. So they said that the second option they given, the A is correct, but the R is wrong. So the third is A is false, that is R is correct. Then the last option, both the statements are correct, but the given reason for the assertion is wrong. So any answer for this one? Any answers? Among A, B, C, D? Any options? Just to guess that one. This is how the exam going to be like this only, for an ICAR exam. You can hear just guess. There is no mark, negative mark. Just answer, just say one. A, B, C, A. So A is the answer. Actually, the option is B. This is for answering AIMS exam actually. The AIMS, something last year AIMS, they asked this question. The nude mice is not resistant to xenograft. That is correct. So, nude mice is a mice that is genetically modified mice. They are using for cancer research and immunological research purposes. So, you need to know that fact first of all. You need to know the assertion that is a mice or nude mice. That one is resistant to xenograft. They give the reason why it's actually resistant, because they lack they lack thymus. So they are T cells, so they are not resistant to xenograft. But they are the reason they given T and B cells. They are not lack B cells. They only lack T cells. So the option is A is true. That is, assertion is true, but the reason is wrong. So this is how you need to apply the knowledge and you need to answer the questions. Okay. Then the other part is how to prepare for this exam, this type of exam. You know the exam pattern and other things are actually there in the website. I'm just going to say how I prepare. What I are subject to prepare. So how to prepare? First point number 1 is always make a note. Your class notes, believe me, your class notes, what you done in your 4.5 years course, that is the best material you have. Whatever the book, I mean, the standard textbooks are always best for the PG exam. They have a very limited time. Your class standard class notes are best. Whatever you took from your first year anatomy to the last year OG, that notes are always best. You can modify the notes depends upon, I mean, you can add the facts little bit here and there. Then the second thing is read the old papers, that is the old last year, like 4-5 years old papers, and you read the question banks. Unfortunately for veterinary science, the current trend, we don't have any standard Q banks. Actually speaking, all Q banks are having so many errors. The only thing is the reference thing is the old papers. You can prepare AIMS paper also, AIMS general medicine, general microbiology, general pathology, they are all most same. Our ICAR exams and their exam also almost equal. The second question also, that the new question is taken from AIMS. So then third thing is you prepare the notes, you read the papers, you read the older papers, you read the Q bank. The other thing is write mock test. Then only you can assess the time management and assess yourself with the others. So write mock test as many as you can actually. Then repeat this process. Repeat this process again and again. You can believe me, you can achieve the exam. Then the first thing is arts of note making. This is the notes I made for the microbiology. The notes making depends on the person. They can make their own. The best thing is make your notes by your handwriting. You can sit and write by your hands. Like there are two things. Like you can by soft copy. Some people read by soft copy, like reading in a laptop or an app. Other thing is the read by notes. Believe me, by reading notes, it's way better than the handwritten or hard copy. Your handwritten notes are way better. Always been better than already prepared notes or in a soft copy. That will be in your mind when you appear for the exam. It will come and flash in your mind, and that will be very helpful. So making notes is an art actually. I talked to almost like 10 toppers last 3 years. They all consistently saying that we made our own notes. So that's the most important thing while appearing for any exam. So for example, for notes making, I made this for endotoxin and exotoxin. So I comparatively made it in the tabular column and also highlighted the most asked, frequently asked. And also I marked the question as explained that one is the exam it asked in one of the common entrance exam. That is it's either a NEET PG or NEET UG exam or our ICAR exam, whatever. I formatted the entire, whatever the question going to be asked, it will be there in a single page. So like that, I made one for hair psychology. This is I done during my UG days. So I always forgot names actually. So how I remember this Dracula median is this is a parasite. It's most important. So I made a Dracula is a Dracula. Dracula pronounced like a dragon. So I made a dragon picture. So that's why I can remember. The common name is guinea pig. My pet name is Babu. I draw the guinea pig there. So I can remember the name as a Dracula median is a guinea pig. Also I draw a small stepwell there. The stepwell is the way this is the source of the infection to the humans. So I draw a small stepwell. So this is how I try to remember the facts. The veterinary facts actually. So this is one method. You can try abbreviation, acronyms, mnemonics. There are many other ways. Are there? YouTube also. So this is the arts of note making. Then second part is the previous test papers and the Q banks. This is the second most important thing. Practice as many as previous test papers that in a short term. Then know the pattern of how they ask, what topic they are frequently asking actually. That one, if you read the old papers, you come to know that how they are asking, which topic they consistently asking repeatedly. Then Q banks. Actually, unfortunately, we don't have any standard Q bank currently. The existing Q banks can be used to revise the exam. Then mock test, the third important thing. Write as many mock tests as you can. That mock test help you to manage the time actually. You can, the exam is actually 2 hours. I finished my exam 59 minutes itself. It's 1 hour itself. I completed my entire 120 questions. So this is due to the many mock tests. I started preparing on last before year December. So from that still exam, I wrote at least 1 mock test per day. I'm studied or not, I just appeared for the mock test. It's in a Google form thing. So I write 1 exam per day. So in that aspect, for appearing to the main exam, it's not even felt like a main exam. I just go there, finish taking 1 hour. In another 1 hour, I just revise the entire what are the answer I already been attempted. So that's due to the mock test actually, and also it will be able to assess you with the other competitors among India, because this mock test will be conducted by the Pan India aspect. So there are many people from different states will appear for the exam. So you can assess, they will publish their rank list, merit list and everything. So you can assess yourself before the exam, so where you stand actually. So you can put forward for the effort again. And also there is some mock test, there are apps also been developed nowadays for veterinary exam. They conduct with the negative markings. So, and another thing about this exam on compared to state exam is negative marking. Actually this negative marking, There is a slight difference between the toppers and the ranks below that one. We answered almost all questions. My friend answered 119 questions. He left only one question regardless of the negative mark. I answered 115 questions out of 120 questions. This negative mark is -1. So this is one of the questions I actually framed for that one. Wrong fact about toxoplasma. This is also one of the questions we asked in one of this. So this is how they give the option. So I don't know. Let's see. I'm not sure about completely sure about toxoplasma. This question. How I answer this exam? If it is answered asked in the ICAR. Felidae are the definitive host. Correlated root cyst can be found in cat stool. Tissue cyst can be found in beef muscles. Apicomplexa is the infective stage. One of the zoonotic diseases. There is only one wrong option among this five. So I know definitely feline is the definitive host. So definitely not A is the option. So I rule out that one. Spore-related oocyst can be found in a cat stool. This one little bit I don't know about sure about one. I lost this one may be wrong. Then tissue cyst can be found in beef muscles. This one for basic level we know that the tissue cyst that is the one of the intermediate stage of that one. So that also been correct only. Then apicomplexa stage is the infected stage. I am not sure. So probably between B and T there is the wrong. So one of the zoonotic is obviously toxoplasma zoonosis. So I can log my answer between B and D. So the answer is hiding in between the B and D. So I omitted three options. So my option is my chance of getting the right answer is almost more than 50%. Now I can surely log one answer. I can get at least maybe if I am not getting it is -1 only. If I am getting the answer correct means I get 4 marks. So that's in the aspect you need to see the question. Anyone knows the answer for this question?
D.
Which is the wrong statement? A, B, C, D.
D.
D. Yes, correct. D. D is the wrong statement. Apicomplexa is the not infective stage. The spore oocyst is the that is the infective stage for toxoplasma. That's what we actually answer. If you gain, you gain 4 marks. If you lose, you lose only -1. There is only 1 mark you lose. So in that aspect, I need to answer maximum as much as you can. Also, if you said if you need to answer only all the 120 questions, also you should study some part. Then only you can omit some options, right? So in that aspect, never worry about the negative mark. Answer as many questions as possible. Also try to solve the papers rather mug up and pick the one options immediately. Try to omit the option and get minimize the possibilities. That's the last part, the determination and consistency. Many people started preparing the exam, but they will be, they give up very slow. Just 1 or 2 days, they will start, they will prepare everything, they keep on asking notes and everything been done, but they will never study after 2 or 3 days. The main thing about the difference between toppers and the other things is the consistency in the exam. You need to be very consistent and determined. You have set the goal, so I know going to achieve the goal. What I done, I set the planner, I wrote that one in the top of that, I am going to gain at least top 100 rank only. I never thought I am going to get this many rank. So I set the goals, I need to go it at least the top 100 rank, so I can get the determined seat I can get. So I set the goal, I set the planner, everything been done, even though I not followed the entire planner as I said. But I was consistent, I studied at least 1 question per day. Whatever, if I am going to internship also, we went for Mysore internship also. That time also I am not studied, but at least 1 question I studied somewhere, something like that. So consistently, till the date of the examination, you should be very consistent and set the goals, set the priorities, and you should be thorough in the examination. So like that, if you do that one, definitely you can achieve the exam. All the best. Thank you.
How many hours of preparation one day, full day?
I actually, majority of I started in December, my internship stopped on June. So I was doing my internship. So internship stopped, around 5 o'clock here it's been over. My home is around 1.5 hours from here. So I go by bike. Then after 6, I study maximum 3 to 4 hours per day. Yes, every day, maximum 4 hours per day. Any doubts, questions, anything regarding the exams or professions?
Good evening, everybody. Myself, Dr. Arun Kumar. Happy to see all my professors after a short gap. I still feel it being a student here, not a graduate one. Starting with it, they told just to share my experience. I don't have any PPT. Okay. To begin with, I have started my preparation a bit later. To say that like just 2 months before my actual examination. Actually, I was sure about my subject. Like during the COVID days and all, I was sure about my subject that I want to take animal genetics and breeding. I have a short story about that. That's a completely different thing. So once after that, I was so confused when I had to give my exams, whether I have to take a 1 year gap to earn some money so that I can take up my PG courses by myself. Suddenly, actually, I have joined a job as well. July 11th, we have completed our graduation day. So July 12th, I have joined in Amma Ambulance in Tamil Nadu, Chennai, and I was working for around 15 days. Exactly on still 15 days was like confusion for me whether I have to discontinue this. I have to go and study for exams because all my friends were studying so so seriously for the exam. I still was confusing. I didn't start anything at the time. Then notification for PG examination came on July 27, I hope. The next day I quit my job, July 28. I went to my HR and told her that, sorry, first time I was speaking before this audience, I get that flow. Sorry to be there. July 28, I went to my HR and I told, I didn't say that I'm going to PG. Actually, I told that I don't know, I'm not joining PG, so give me a job so I will work for. I will work for the rest of the year. I told it because they want a person to work for 1 year at least. So I told that people, I want to work for 1 year. I will not be joining PG. Actually, on that day, I just told my HR that, sir, give me a 4 days holiday. I will go home. I want to meet some of my family and friends. So I told her, I don't know how we came to know. Actually, I was talking to some driver that day, so I was sharing my feelings with him. I'm dilemma about that, whether I have to join my PG or not. That driver went and said to her. So I don't know about that. And on the evening, before I'm going after my work, I just went to my HR and told her, sir, just give me 4 days holiday. So I'll be back, sir, I just told. Then HR asked me, which college you are going to do PG? We thought, no, I don't know, sir, how do you know, sir? Like this driver told me. Then he just get me to the manager. His name is Paul Robinson, sir. Actually, I thank him so much for that now. Because once I told him, sir, I want to, actually he's a so straightforward person. I just went to him and told, sir, I want to give my PG, sir. He told, okay, go ahead, no problem. Actually, one more person was also there, but that person was quitting his job to join another job. He was scolded that fellow like anything. Actually, before me, that fellow went and asked me, he was getting scolded like anything. After that, I was just thinking, this fellow was like scolding like anything. Okay, thank you so much. Then I was thinking whether I have to say or not to my manager. Okay, I thought, okay, let me, I have to deal with this today, or else I have to be dragging because I don't have time also for the exam. It's only still almost 2 months only as well. So I just went inside and sat. He just asked the doctor, what do you want to do? Sir, I want my PG to be done, sir. Okay, go ahead, no problem, he just told her. I was like, sir, I was just asking to him, that manager. So he was scolded that other fellow, but he was just allowing me not to do. He just told that, I'm not exaggerating things, but he just told that, doctor, you will be in better place one day. I hope that, but I don't know how he told. He just said that you will be in better place one day. I just asked him, sir, how you know, sir, how you are saying that, sir. I know, doctor, because I am seeing many people coming and working, so I know you will be in better place. So go ahead and do your job, he just told. Then after I quit the job and came, exactly I started my preparation July 28th. Exactly I know the date. That's why I remember the day changed my this thing. So from that day, my friends were giving up for almost 1 year they were studying. So I thought, first of all, let me give a mock test. Okay, I was sure about my subject, so let me give a mock test. So before preparation, I want to know myself to what level I am there. So I just gave my mock test. Actually, I didn't expect it. Only 30% I got. I know, even with my negative marking, only out of 100, I only got 30%. It was so embarrassed me. Okay, we have studied this much 5.5 years, but yeah, animal science, you have to remember many things like facts, numbers, and all. So they were asking many things. That mostly statistics and all is there, and census and all was there. So I got 30% only. So again, I started my preparations. So I made a perfect note for only genetics, because I had in mind that if I am going for PhD also, this notes might help me. So I made complete notes for genetics. After the remaining subjects, I just made a note mark. I just read from the note marks only, not complete notes like what my friend told, because I don't have that much time to do things. Regarding the time, I actually studied for 15 hours a day. Actually, I continuously for 2 months without any this thing. I have studied for 15 hours like a robot. Actually speaking, it was like that only. Yeah, you will be definitely facing every consequences, health consequences definitely was there. Even I have put some weight also, sitting in one place. So 15 hours because I was starting late. Actually, saying means 2 months late. Only 1.5 to 2 months was there. So I prepared meticulously for 15 hours per day. The two things which motivated me was one is my VAS, Madhagati VAS, Dr. Kumaran sir is there. He just told me one day that prepare dedicatedly. You just don't study simply and just don't go and give exam. If you want to give exam, you want to be there in such placements, definitely you have to be dedicatedly prepare the exam and you have to go and give exam. And the next word which motivated me is by our dean sir, Dr. Sayyid sir. He just told that meticulously prepare the schedule. So for the 15 hours I'll prepare my schedule. Like morning 2 to 3 hours I'll be studying one subject. After that I'll be taking my breakfast. After that I'll be studying another subject because I can't able to concentrate on the one subject for the entire day. So I just want the mixing of all the subjects. So morning I gave one subject. After that I take a breakfast, and after that I was studying for one subject. Afternoon I will be revising both the subjects. I will be taking some nap. Then again I will be waking up and giving my mock test. Then again almost of that in the evening and night. During night I will be revising all the 3 subjects. Without revision we can't do anything in this, because if you start today also, during exam time definitely you will be forgetting all the things what you studied in the beginning. So you have to be regularly revising all the things whatever you studied. And regarding notes making, actually if this is the good time you can start. You can prepare notes for all your subjects, that too with your own handwritten notes. Don't please, actually some of the classmates are also asking notes for me. Actually I don't advise for them, because you will be the one know how to make notes for yourself, because you will be studying in future things. Actually I can give an idea for how to make a note only, but anyway we are not like kindergarten students, we all know how to make our own notes, so mostly that will not be worry, I think so. And regarding notes, I won't recommend you, but actually I depend on WordPress, because at the time I can't go and search my like ready-made notes writing. So actually what I had at that time means I entirely depend on Tanuva's notes. So Tamil also is completely, but it will be so deep inside. For one chapter, physiology means you should study for 140 pages, 140 pages will be there. Genetics completely are dependent on my class notes only. Biostatistics was Ganesh sir notes only. I was completely depending. And I felt during exam, I felt what the difficult thing during my exam was extension and biostatistics. I can't able to catch the question also. Because in biostatistics, okay, we'll be studying all the mean, median, mode, and ANOVA, something like we'll be studying here and we'll just be confident to attend the exam. But if we go there, they'll be asking some other designs and all. I don't know where the designs are all. We actually didn't study those much design. But biostudies is one part of the genetics. Okay, I first finished that. I studied everything, regression, coefficient of variation, everything. It was my up to date. I was studied. But suddenly I was just seeing actually 2 to 3 questions for regarding those designs. I don't know from where they have taken questions. I don't know. And from okay. From extension also mostly focus on the census part, because in extension you have more concentrate on the recently covered like programs, like for category development programs, and so mostly they will be focusing on that. Then what was the only day I was just giving a gap was the day before my exam. I think 20th was September 20 was my exam. September 19 only the day I gave a gap. So many students were in first stage they were taking a book and reading. I think that won't be help you much as I think so, because you have to be first strong with the base thing. So first take your 5.5 years notes and just make the base strong, because even for me I don't have that much time. So I just went to all the things whatever I got. So I would not think mock test start from today. If you are writing today means just give your mock test first, then you will be know where is the position. Then keep on increasing your mock test, like 1 test per day. Then again some 2 to 3 weeks means 2 tests per day, 3 tests per day. I have given even 4 tests per day, 4 long tests like 120 questions, 2 hours, 4 tests per day. So don't think that time will be wasting on that. Definitely that will be helping you, because they will be asking questions related to mostly ICAR or previous year question. So they will be giving the angle to which way you have to start your preparation. So that's what my. If you have any questions, you can ask me. If you anything want to ask personally, also some of your classmates also have the number. You can also contact me. Okay, thank you for this.
Good evening, everyone. My dear professors and my juniors. Thank you so much, Dr. Sajin sir, for giving us this wonderful opportunity and inviting us for this Felicitation program. First of all, I would like to thank all my professors for signing us within our UG days, and I would definitely say that without your knowledge, your tips, your notes, and then your guidance, nothing would be possible for us to crack an ICAR exam. Finally, most important and sincere thanks to Dr. Sajjan sir. Frankly speaking, if I didn't meet him, I might not have written ICAR exam itself, I think. Why? Because first I was in the mood to go abroad for my PG or PhD. After that I met him and I discussed with him. He made me realize that I don't have enough requirements that a UG student should have to be selected in abroad. So he shifted my lane completely to ICAR exam. He asked me to study for that sincerely. It was just 45 to 50 days before ICAR exam, I guess. Yeah. So he motivated me and boosted me like OGPA in UG doesn't matter. And even 40 days or 6 months before exam, that also doesn't matter. How much hard work you are giving in the stipulated time, that matters. So I actually followed what he said, and I sincerely prepared for the next 2.5 months, and I have given around 15 to 17 hours per day. and then I wrote my exam, and then I cracked. Still I can't believe. Thank you so much, sir, for giving me this wonderful chance to establish or express the best version of myself to everyone in this college. And for my juniors, I just want to tell that you need to understand three things. One is great mentor, that our Dr. Sajjan sir is there, and excellent professors that you might have realized from your first year onwards, and your self-motivation. If you utilize all these things perfectly, you will definitely achieve a nicer exam. All the best. Prepare well. Thank you.
Yeah.
Warm greetings to everyone who are gathered here. Respected Dean, Dr. Sajjan, members of the faculty, the student achievers, and dear students. Really, it gives me immense pleasure to stand before you. First of all, I take this opportunity to record my appreciation for the Dean, Dr. Sajjan. To initiate the process of appreciating the students who have achieved. Really, it's a wonderful gesture from your side. And secondly, I would like to appreciate all the students' achievers. The achievement you have made is remarkable. It is. Really, it's remarkable. One of the reasons why I say that it's very remarkable is the kind of situation the youngsters are in now. Because I too have my own example. I have a son of the same age group. And the kind of distractions the youngsters are having now. Okay, in the form of the smartphones. It travels with you everywhere. Whether you are sleeping or whether you are awake, wherever you are there, what will happen is there is a distraction is there always. And one has to brave that the distraction. And if you can brave that, so definitely what will happen, you can achieve that. I think that's what all the achievers might have done. The way in which when they are sharing their thoughts or they are sharing their experience, you could have seen that what will happen mainly around 14 hours or 15 hours of the preparation. So that means definitely what will happen, whatever the distraction they are, they braved it. Okay, so mainly I think for that only, for that particular reason only, I am just telling that the achievement what they made is it's a very, very remarkable it is. And then for the people who are going to, for the students who are going to get it prepared for preparing for your exams, that is in the ensuing exams, you are going to appear for the competitive exams. One thing I want to say is, as Nithya has told you at the beginning, even I was thinking the same line. Whichever the thing which is close to your heart, okay, whichever thing which is close to your heart, you choose that. So definitely the chances of succeeding is very, very, very high. Okay, whichever it is closer to that. You can just, what will happen is, there are many examples are there. You can take the example of Dr. Sajjan. So definitely you can ask him, definitely he will say that. This is the thing which is close to my heart. So that's why I've chosen it, I work for that. Even I can give my own example. Okay, whatever the chosen, whatever the things which I chosen with regard to my profession, the subject that I've chosen is close to me. And the profession which is I chosen is close to me. And also the reason why I stayed back in this institute, it is also what will happen is the close to me. So definitely, even though there are so many ups and downs I faced, definitely I could able to what will happen, do what I can do it. That is mainly because the reason that is what are the choices I made, which are all in fact what will happen is close to me. Okay, with this the few words, I'll once again appreciate Dr. Sajjan and all the achievers and also wish all the interns who are going to appear for the competitive exam. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing your wisdom. And I also thank Dr. Deva, Dr. Arul Kumaran, and Dr. Vignesh for sharing their methodologies of their preparations. Now, it's time to invite our beloved Dean, Dr. Visarian, who is the pillar of support and strength. His clear vision, passion, and novelties witness such activities in this institute. I request you, sir, to address the guest.
Thank you, Nitya. Most respected Stanislas sir, and my colleague Dr. Venkatesh Perumal and Dr. Bhadiraja, and above all the great achievers of this prestigious institute, and all the head of the departments, contract faculty, and my dear students. Very good evening to one and all. Like it's one of the important day again at River because a lot of functions are being happening. This is one such I have been thinking of quite some time because they all cracked at least 2 months back their exams, but then we are waiting for the confirmation of their scholarships and their placement. You know, like we always think the NDRA and IVRA, or the IVRA or the NDRA are the most important things. So we were just waiting for how many students are getting into. Even a couple of students might have not done well, but then still due to category placements, they also can get IVRA and NDRA where their institute scholarships are also done. Before I go into the details, first let me thank wholeheartedly Dr. Stanislas and his team because this is the recognition which is due for them over the last 2 decades. Because we know, like since our inception, a lot of the sitting person, Dr. Venkatesh Perumal itself is a typical example of that. And Dr. Roshni, if I remember some couple of names, like they are all a lot of people, Vijay Saxena, and it's been a consistent performance. Like you can't crack like that given a all India competition like that unless and until the basics are very, very sound. In that way, I feel like Dr. Subbareddy previously, and then followed by Dr. Stanislas, and because we all like him very much in the sense like his contribution is immense for the growth of this institute. Not only I would say like what as knowledge is important, but then you see today for administrator like us, he is an asset. I'm sure like Dr. Murugal sir also will agree to that because he has been heading this institute for a couple of months. Because you know, like you say to him anything like never said no. Because it's very hard to find people like him, and in that way, I believe like these are some of the stalwarts who have really taken care and nurtured the young brain. Because whenever you go to them, they never said no. When we were students, and even the same thing I carry with him because that is the type of respect we need to keep with our teachers. That's what I wanted to communicate with the students also. It's very vital that we should not forget what is the knowledge they are all important because getting an all India ranking #1 and #2 is not a joke sitting in the down south because especially the system itself is slightly tilted towards the favor of the North Indians as far as the ICAR system is concerned because I am basically from the ICAR system and we do conduct regularly such examinations because our center, one of the centers in southern India itself is at NINP. We know what it is like, but in that aspect, like going and cracking #1, #2 rank is something I would feel that extremely honored to have these 2 fellows like Rubreshwaran as well as Dr. Vignesh. And that shows like what type of knowledge has been imparted by the department in this college. That's the reason I thought like I've been some of the retired faculties also were discussing with me when they came for the name unveiling ceremony. So during that time also because there are some very good well-wishers who know these students personally, and then they all have achieved. And then for me, like more than them, I need to acknowledge the teachers who have imparted them the knowledge because that is more important. Because there is a specialized subject, and then throughout India, people are competing for that, and then cracking #1 and #2 something like these students should also cherish. Like this is the greatest example set a trend because of late also this is a fact like we are not doing so well in the ICAR examinations because I am sure like even the faculty will agree with me like when we were 35 and at least 17 we used to be consistently at IVR. Is the number one institute for so-called for the veterinarians in the country. But then now the number of candidates have increased. Number of students have increased this strength-wise, but then the performance were really coming down because last two months I've been twice to IVRI, but then I couldn't see any of the Pondicherry persons sitting over there. So because it's not the usual case. When we were studying and we were working also in the initial part of career, whenever we go IVRI, there will be a bunch of Pondicherry students. So they'll be coming and meeting us in the night hours. That shows like there is something, a flaw is there definitely on that line. And I'm sure like that's the reason when I started over, I wanted to start the refreshers course here, because we need to really pinpointedly say like we are really not doing well of late regarding the ranking in the system in the for the various universities in the country. So in that way, like this type of the ranking can really improve our overall institute ranking in the country also. So that's the reason I came, and then I concentrated solely on the refresher course, because we are giving a multi-pronged approach to career guidance program, so that they all must know like what they are heading about. And I'm sure, because even in my New Year message, I was clearly mentioning to the faculty also, like I'm sure the next year the performance will be definitely outstanding. Because with the way they have been trained now, and then the focus with which they are all preparing now for the ICAR exam, because that's what is important. We need to tell us they complete on 5 years, and then as Arun Kumar was telling, like sometimes you are not sure what you wanted to do. Like if you go for a job or you wanted to take up a career. That's the reason this All India Tour is very important, because that is also an important thing why we are not performing well of late, because we really don't know what is research or what is going for an higher studies, the significance of that, because that's where the All India Tour also come into picture. We need to really get motivation going from the 4th year onwards. We are receiving All India Tour this year, and already the process has started. So like in that way they all will go and then experience, because personally for me that visiting All India Tour IVRA was one of the primary motivation that why we need to do. As they were reflecting also, so like I also tell to these students also why I wanted it here. Unfortunately, the attendance was not so good from this batch. Like it has to be, because this function is being organized for you primarily, because you all should take an inspiration from these 8 people sitting over here, because it's very vital. Like you need to transfer their experiences here and then into your performances. So for that, you need to be here to know what is going on, and then what is the experience. Even you can discuss with them on one of the refreshers class, and I would request the organizers of the refresher course, like they can be invited, because rather than talking in depth here, they can come and then have a 2-hour interactive session with all of them sitting, and then they can be more benefited. And that is the thing. So it's all like working out well, and this augurs well for the future for the institute also. Like keep a source of inspiration from these people, and then I would expect at least 20 of you should be cracking next year for the IVRA and the NDRA. Now they are 8, and then I wanted the number to be consistently higher with the refresher course, because most of the contract faculties and Dr. Mandal are putting an immense load and in imparting a lot of knowledge during these courses, although it is a holiday, Saturday afternoon, still they are working on. You all are really benefited by this presence of these valuable teachers, and make use of them, as they have been telling. Like it's that our institute teaches the basics very well. If you wanted to crack very simple mantra, like follow your own notes. Don't go and get, because most of the MCQs, question banks are all fake, because a lot of mismatch of answers will be there. Some 10-15 questions you get it wrong, in the negative marking system it will be extremely difficult to make the cut for IVRA or NDRA. The best thing you can do is that take your own class notes. These valuable teachers have given you, because that is what we all have done. We have never gone to any book or any notes of any other institute or something like that, because here advantage with our teachers were like they are so much subject and then the syllabus oriented. So that is what ICAR also prefers it to be. So like you collect the notes of your own, what you have done in the last 5 years, and then that should be put on for preparation, rather than wasting the time on going for different type of the thing, and then keep on practicing yourself and then do your own steps to get on board. Like 15 hours of hard work, couple of students have put. For few, it is only 4 or 5 hours, so you can know the difference. It's all about an individual variation. How you feel like you wanted to be consistently performing well. It's not the number of hours or the duration you put, how many hours you are going to be productive. So like that is what is important. I've seen like a lot of students from the morning till night they prepare. That's not going to serve at times. These type of competitive exams should never be taken in that way. and you need to be spot on with your preparation and especially for the revisions and other things. So then it will be a really good thing to hold on. And this is a special appreciation to the biochemistry team because headed by Stanislas sir, because we need to make use of this stalwart sitting over here because he's been performing quite consistently well, because you know the value of Stanislas sir when you go for your higher studies, because you know many of the students, they doesn't know what is the GELDAR system, because we believe that when the classes were held in even in that Kudil in the zone B, like we know like what is the effort he has put to generate certain things, and then especially on the biotechnological front, whatever today we are doing, because I have gone up to even epigenetic bisulfite sequencing, because it's also basic given by him, because we need to fondly remember what is his personal contribution here, because people may say like veterinarians and non-veterinarians, doesn't matter as long as the teacher is delivering with perfection. So it's very, very important. I personally believe that is the reason I wanted to organize this function very, very specifically for him, because the way he has taken himself for last 2.5 decades is something I would say like is an asset for this institute. And whatever he has done, people should remember like for the contribution in the institutional building activities. He is an asset for any administrator who is running the institute since very long, because he readily volunteers himself whatever it is. Now also a dream come true, because I am sure like he was not well, but then the way we have been striving hard for the central instrumentation facility, when he came to know first, he came and greeted me because it's a good achievement, and then you know like since that day, he along with a very good team, also Murugal sir and Mukavade sir and all were there. Even there are other important, the chairman also Shivkumar sir and all. They have been working day and night, because getting 2.2 something odd crore for establishing a central instrumentation facility is a dream come true. I am sure like Stanislas sir would be the first person who will be happy about that, because we wanted to establish some of the sophisticated facility which this institute is lacking from beginning. So that will be a very good addition to all the students sitting over here. Go and get exposed yourself when it is coming in the implementation next 2 months most probably. So that is a good achievement this year for the upcoming research front, even for our own PG students. That is going to be a very vital thing to be getting used to it. I also take this opportunity to specifically appreciate Dr. Venkatesh Kurmal as well as Dr. Bhardaraj also for ably supporting sir. And as a team, I think they have delivered immensely to the growth of this institute, especially the biochemistry department, because it's a specialized course where our students are cracking with such a high rank nationwide, and that speaks volume for the teaching and the department offers. So like I'm also sure, because we cannot pinpointedly say when you crack in the animal science or the veterinary science a particular subject, because why they are cracking, because of the faculty, but we are not able to identify pinpointedly a few faculty to do like we are doing it for the biochemistry. This is a way forward approach. We will be in close touch even for the contribution the contract faculties are making in this institute, especially for the refresher course. If there is going to be a big success next year, it's all the contribution of them immensely. So like definitely I'm looking forward to having such type of regular functions in the future to acknowledge the contribution of the contract faculty as well in this institute. Good luck for all of you. I think you are the alumni, and then you will never forget this alma mater, and then keep the institute name flying, because one thing I wanted to tell all of you are going for IVRI and one to the NDRI, like there will be a competition among the faculty to choose the Pondicherry students. That's what our experiences are. You will be most sought after because they know what you are all capable of. So keep up that spirit, keep coming back, and then motivating these young students whenever you find time to come down to Pondicherry. Do visit them and then give your valuable experience, and that will be really good from your part. And then the career is just starting for all of you, and I'm sure like you will make us proud even in your PG. And as I always used to tell you, like never ever think like going abroad is a very big thing. That's the reason I wanted even Vignesh came to me personally, was sharing his experience. Like first is India, you need to do PG in India. That's very vital, because you will get a good OGPA and you will get good credentials and you will get a good research exposure, which is very vital to go and pursue a degree abroad. That's the reason I generally don't advocate for an integrated PhD, because you will be going and struggling most of the time. Because you are going without an experience of the research background, they don't prefer like that. That's the reason I was telling him, you better drop that. You don't have much credentials also, until you have a 8 OGPA. It's going to be an airplane task to climb to achieve the goal of getting an integrated PhD immediately after the masters. So until a strong recommendation goes from our side. And then that is what I wanted to say to you. Like you go there, there'll be a group of people working on for the bureaucratic exams like IAS, IPS, and IFS. There'll be a set of people who is preparing there, and also you will be getting a group of people who are preparing for ARS, for scientist post, and also you can prepare well for other competitive exams and other bank exams people use them. Advantage of IVRA is that you get a different group of people. Most importantly, the abroad going exams. There will be a lot of coaching centers outside, and you can really use your scholarship. The scholarship is very high now. Make use of that, and then I always believe for the youngsters now with the type of experience we people are seniors are sharing with all of you, IVRA should be a first stop to take off to go to foreign country for the PhD abroad. Because if you are all having the talent, because you are all going to be considered as a creamy layer student once you reach the IVRA. So when you wanted to really establish yourself on a very, very higher note, you are all definitely having the potential to go for the PhD abroad. From now onwards, if you all wanted to cherish that, have a separate track of preparation where IVRA is very easy to go institute. That's the reason most of us crack for other examinations. So like keep the focus on, as Kanishka sir was again mentioning, a lot of distraction these days for the kids, and it's very vital to channelize all your energy towards the preparation of a lot of hard hour work. You know, like there is no depth of talents in this country, and then the competition is getting huge of late. And the only way, because you can compete within yourself, is that put that hard hours of hard work, extra hour of hard work, and then equip yourself for the battle. Rather than going and then, because now it is the first step, this success should never dent you, like you need to enjoy and relax. Now there is no time for that, because if you wanted to have what is next, that's what I teach to my students here. I always prefer you have to plan what is next. When you join a degree, you are going to be completing in 2 years your master's degree, but intelligently if you wanted to choose your career, to have a separate quantum of time being allocated for the preparation for the future. Even I would prefer some of you, especially the biochemistry people, and then some of the basic subject people who can definitely crack abroad exam and then go and have a blast with the abroad for higher studies, especially the PhD, and then come back and serve this country. This is the message for all of you. Wishing you all a very good luck in this new endeavor, and keep coming back in flying colors and come and share your rich experiences whenever you feel like you wanted to come back to this alma mater. With these few words, I take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you present here, and the organizers, especially Dr. Avinash Nakavar sir from Student Council Associate Pattern, under whose leadership this function was getting organized, and also all the volunteers who have taken, and then Bharadwaj as well as the others who are going live here again, because this is a trend we wanted to continue, so that all the alumni are getting benefited by this type of function. So we are going live in YouTube as well as the Instagram. So very valid effort taken by Dr. Madhuvardhani and group. I also take this opportunity to thank Nitya for hosting this program very well. And above all, these young budding students, like this is the next year is going to be your turn. Like it's up to you how many quantum of hour you wanted to put a hard work, or what is the type of subject you wanted to choose, and how you wanted to flourish yourself to sit and occupy in this row. Or maybe we should find place next year, in my opinion. So that type of number of people I wanted them to crack next year the ICAR exam. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and this looks very good, and I'm really looking forward to guiding you all, because a lot of people are directly under my guidance in this particular batch also. We are really looking forward to spending odd hours with you, so that we can put you back on track to have a very good career again. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your thought-provoking speech. Now I request Dr. Rajnath sir to propose the vote of thanks.
Very good evening to everyone. Respected Dean Dr. Seria, Dr. Kanishka, Dr. Venkatesh Perumal, Dr. Bharati Raja, and today's heroes of Mancha. Okay, I call them. It has been an honor and privilege to be the part of this special function. On behalf of the river, I will say, I take this opportunity to extend my heartiest gratitude to our young and dynamic dean, who was instrumental in convening this program as a token of appreciation and recognition to the faculties of veterinary biochemistry and to congratulate the student achievers of ICAR examination 2022. To my understanding, this program is it's first of its kind in the history of river, which was made possible by the kind gesture of our beloved Dean, Dr. Sadian. My special thanks to all the students who brought laurel to their alma mater and to raise the flag of river high in the national arena. Because of them only we could organize this function. My sincere thanks to all the head of the departments and faculties of the river who are the backbone in shaping our students to reach greater heights in their life with flying colors. My special thanks to my team, Dr. Vivek, Dr. Nitya, Dr. Ravi Prakash for doing everything for making this function a grand success. Frankly speaking, I have not done anything. They only have done everything. I also thank the staff of engineering section for making necessary arrangement for the smooth conduct of this program. I especially thank Dr. Vadivarni and its team for bringing the river or keeping the river flowing in the international arena by making the arrangement for arranging it to be live on the various platforms. Finally, I would like to thank one and all who have assembled here and making this evening a memorable one. Thank you, one and all. Thank you very much.
To conclude the function, let's raise for the national anthem.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जाके तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे
I would request the audience to join for the refreshment. Thank you.